Vikings and Chargers. My conspiracy theory is that J.J. McCarthy's ankle is just fine. I continue to go back to they played the first game, then he and his wife had a baby right before game 2 of the season, and he played an absolutely awful game, and the team said, "You're not ready to be a first-time dad and run an NFL team. You're going to take some time off until we think you're ready to play." That's my big conspiracy theory, but because I don't know. I've not seen a guy play the whole game perfectly fine, and then afterwards they're like, "Oh, why? He's out 6 weeks." Something doesn't make sense with that one. We got the Chargers at -2.5, over under 43.5. What's your take on this game?
Well, can't be a dad and a starting NFL quarterback at the same time. At least J.J. McCarthy and I have one thing in common there. My take is that both teams are coming off bad losses last week. I had the Vikings in a teaser, which thankfully cashed for me. Didn't do the Vikes any good because they fell 28-22 at home to Eagles. I thought Carson Wentz was terrible in that game. Just awful. 2 interceptions. One of them was a pick 6. Bad execution in the red zone. It wasn't all on Wentz. Some of it was on the backup center. There was a play, a third down play where the center just hiked the ball like just way over Wentz's head. They lost 15, 20 yards. Still got a field goal out of it, though. But Vikings did slightly outgain the Eagles in total yards. Everybody outgains the Eagles, it feels like. But a little total yards, a little misleading in that game, Andy, if you pry open the box score a little bit more, because the Eagles had a big edge in yards per play. So that's just worth noting. And you talked about J.J. McCarthy, your conspiracy theory. My thought is they're going to go back to him eventually, but not here. Short week. Doesn't make sense to do it. So I think we got one more week of Wentz. I think a bigger concern, though, and it's interesting to see, was this just a one-off or what? Last week, defensively, the Vikings allowed Jalen Hurts to finish with a perfect passer rating. I was shocked by that. This is a defense, a Vikings defense, with Brian Flores as a coordinator that's always very good. They came into the last week with the second lowest QBR allowed. So now the Vikings go against Justin Herbert and the Chargers. I, like a lot of people, was on them last week, and there's no sugarcoating this. The Chargers sucked defensively. I mean, sucked really bad against the Colts. They were just carved up in a 38-24 loss. I know Herbert throws for a career best in yardage. He had a career best 37 completions as well. But he's now thrown at least one pick for the last 5 games, threw a costly one in the end zone against the Colts. And the Chargers are heading in the wrong way, Andy. They're heading in the wrong direction. Failed to cover 4 in a row. Their only straight-up win in that stretch was against Miami, and it was by 2, and they needed a last-second field goal to get that win. Guys, truth be told, I don't want to bet on either of these teams right now. I think the Vikings would be a good teaser piece, is what I would say. I know Stanford Wong, the parameters he has set forth for us, says you don't tease when a team is getting 3, but this game just screams one possession either way to me. I don't see either team winning by margin here. So there's a lot of possible options on Sunday for a second leg of a teaser. I circled Houston. You could tease them up to 7.5 at home right now at both DraftKings and FanDuel against San Francisco. So throw Minnesota in a tease, guys. I don't see the Chargers winning this game by margin. It's 2 teams that I just really don't want to bet on. I know it's kind of a cop-out here, but look, man, when you got 2 teams like this, I think that's the way to go.